date.
Okay. All right, we'll call the ninth meeting of this year, the Village Board of Trustees, Village of Depew, July 28th, 2025, and we're running a little bit late. We're 7:05. Got a pledge by Trustee Kraft.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's remain standing for a second. May we take a moment to pause, reflect, and connect with the spirit of peace and understanding that resides within each of us. Let us embrace the opportunity to come together in unity, open to the shared wisdom, compassion, respect that guides us. May this gathering be a time of inspiration, collaboration, and growth, and may the intentions we set today lead us toward positive actions and harmonious outcomes. Let us proceed with mindful hearts and a collective sense of purpose. Amen. Notification of fire exits by Trustee Zimba.
The emergency exits are located to my left and to the rear of the room. In the event of an alarm or emergency, please move in an orderly fashion to the exits and evacuate the building.
Roll call.
Trustee Moravsky.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes, here,
It's here.
here.
Trustee Kraft.
Here,
I'm not, yes, no, I'm not.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
I'm here.
Mayor Peterson.
I'm here also. All
Good.
right, first item tonight, approve the village board meeting minutes from June 9th, 2025.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. To approve the village board minutes, June 9, 2025.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Next item, approve the village board meeting minutes from June 23, 2025.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I'd like to make a motion, move for its adoption, that we approve the village board meeting minutes from June 23rd, 2025.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Third item, approve the planning board meeting minutes from June 5th, 2025.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make a motion that we approve the planning board meeting minutes from June 5th, 2025. Number one, Brian Zittel, on behalf of Nickel City Brews, applied for approval to operate in the exterior seating area. Approved with stipulation that they get white barriers and they follow the zoning code for standards.
Second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Number two.
Number two, Brian Fisher for Legacy Lane Properties, 66 Brunswick Road, applied for. Preliminary site plan approval to subdivide multiple parcels. Number one, board approval for the negative declaration, motion carried. Number two, approved subdivision of the parcels, motion carried. Number three, approved concept idea / plan, motion carried. All three were approved by the planning board.
I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. We'll entertain a public comment on these agenda items only initially, and then later on in the meeting, there'll be a general public concerns and comments section. So tonight, we start off with a public hearing on Zero Broadway, which is a parcel 17.2 acres to the west of the current solar farm and to the east of Twin Village Recycling. The property is being deeded to the village primarily from the county of Erie for $1. And then we'll take control of that property for future development. Again, it's sitting on a portion of the dump that from the 60s and 70s, and there'll be remediation that will be needed for that as well. Next item up would be permission for an activity here, use of the parking lot by Pastor Rigglesworth and outreach Pastor Jeff Hackett from Center Point Community Church, which we've worked with in the past. And they'll be having a block party here out at the in the parking lot, and that is on September 6th, 2025. Third item tonight is some additional DPW grass cutting orders for 19 Dean, 19 Candace, 44 Laverack, 0 Laverack, 25 Caroline Lane, and 18 Mary Lou Lane. All these folks were given opportunities to rectify the length of the grass. Is that?
For the next one. For the next agenda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Item number 4, permission to advertise for the Cheektowaga, on the Cheektowaga side for the Community Development Block Grant Funds. And we have, there's, includes an ADA ramp replacement on
Erie to
It's on
Bryant.
Terrace Boulevard between Erie Street and Bryant. So we only get $100,000 from, it gets funneled through the town of Cheektowaga, but it's from the federal government, and we use half of that money to fund our senior center program, and the other half goes into generally sidewalk work. And this is a new area that has become available and been re-stipulated as a low to mod neighborhood. So we're doing that work. So we have permission to advertise for that. Next up is appoint a part-time court officer in our justice court, Joshua Spalding. Next item up was award the bid for sidewalk work on the Lancaster side of the village, which initially we did not make the cutoff back in November or so when the county approved the projects that were evaluated. We are the next up. We were able to get 90,000 of the 150 that we requested, and we redid the amount of sidewalks in the grant application. We were awarded money, and we have an opening bid won by Millennium Construction of Niagara Falls, New York, for $80,450. And that's pretty much right across the tracks. Resolution number 7, permission for one of our police officers, Officer Hanley, to attend basic SWAT operator course August 4th to the 8th, the 11th to the 15th, the 18th to the 22nd, the 25th to the 29th, in the State Preparedness Training Center. That's in Oriskany, New York. Use of a company vehicle is authorized. Chief, you want to elaborate on that a little bit?
Sure. It's a mandatory course. Obviously, this officer is assigned to Cheektowaga's SWAT team. And they're accredited, their SWAT team is accredited, so you have to attend the basic SWAT course. It's 4 weeks of pretty intense training.
This is the program that Chief initiated where we would look at those officers in our force that are interested in being a part of Cheektowaga's SWAT team at this time, and in future, we're looking at Lancaster SWAT team.
Correct. Currently, we don't have a SWAT team here in Depew, and we couldn't justify one. However, we have both utilized both Cheektowaga SWAT team and Lancaster's in our jurisdiction within the last year twice. Once Cheektowaga and twice for Lancaster. So I feel it's appropriate to support their efforts by putting some people on their team.
And it was a reasonable cost too for this course, I think, right? Looks like it.
Yeah.
It's this course costs nothing. They cover the lodging. They cover generally the meals. We got to cover dinner, and then it's the gas and tolls to get there.
Good.
Really.
Next up on our agenda tonight is permission to sign for Phase 9 cap of our DEC consent order. This is for proposal for professional engineering services. This is one of the initial portions of that particular phase. So we'll entertain any comments or questions on those items that are listed on the agenda. If you have anything that you want to talk about of those items, you can come to the podium, state name and address, and we'll do our best to answer the questions. If it's something outside of those agenda items, then it will be later on in the meeting after we get done with the department head reports. Seeing that there's none for this, we'll move along. We'll get to that section right away. First item, This is for this is for the public hearing tonight for Zero Broadway, which is what we're calling that property.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I'd like to open the public hearing for Zero Broadway at this time.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Bless you.
Carries.
718. Be it resolved, the village administrator is hereby authorized to advertise for a public hearing to discuss the proposed acquisition of Zero Broadway from Erie County. The public hearing will be held on July 28th, 2025 at 7 p.m. in the council chambers, Village Hall, 85 Manitou Street, Depew, New York.
So, Mr. Mayor, why don't you develop the record a little bit about this acquisition?
Okay, so Broadway 1 and Broadway 2 is what the National Energy Development has called the solar farm. Solar farm number 1, phase 1, was put into play last year and online. Phase 2, which is another 13 acres that was leased to them from the village. That phase 2 is going to be built this year. There's property to the west, as I was saying, of the existing solar field, which was all dump. And we reached out to our legislator, Frank Todaro, who put in a motion with the county, and Dan Castle, Environmental Planning Commissioner, about transferring the ownership of most of that was Erie County. A small section of it was the town of Cheektowaga. So it's 17.2 acres that is being deeded to the village of Depew for $1. With the idea, no secret, is that we would be looking probably to work as phase 3 of the solar farm. The idea that they will take care of all the remediation of what the dump was for the DEC, and it'll be a productive piece of property for the village. So with a village that's pretty much landlocked at 5.4 square miles, not a lot of development, this gives us 17.2 acres more to develop for a use that's really not too many other things you can do with it. Terms of that are still not discussed at this point. Could be a lease, could be a sale, but that'll be after phase 2. So that's where we're at with that. For $1, we picked up 17.2 acres. That's the gist of it. Anybody online with any comments?
No.
No? All right. Anything you'd like to maybe add to that? Questions?
I think it's a wonderful idea.
Okay. All right. Do we need to get that on record at all? No. Okay. All right, thank you. All right, well, seeing that there's no other people, I put a motion to close the public hearing.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I'd like to make a motion to close the open hearing at 7:21 p.m.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Next up, resolution number 2, authorization to use the Village Hall parking lot.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Whereas on Sunday, September 6, 2025, Pastor Mike Wigglesworth and outreach pastor Jeff Hackett of Centerpoint Community Church, 56 Burlington Avenue, Depew, New York, would like to host a block party using the parking lot of the Village Hall, 85 Manitou Street, Depew, New York. The event is designed to be family-friendly with activities such as bounce houses and games for kids. Centerpoint will include the Village Hall on their liability insurance for the event. Be it resolved, Pastor Mike Wigglesworth and outreach pastor Jeff Hackett of Centerpoint Community College Church have been approved to use the parking lot of the Village Hall for their block party.
I second the motion.
Need a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Morowski.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That's carried.
Resolution number 3, permission for DPW to cut the grass.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following resolution and move for its adoption. Whereas the village is encountering numerous vacant and foreclosed homes in the village, and orders to remedy have been issued to the property owner on record at 19 Dean Road, 19 Candace Lane, 44 Laverick, 0 Laverick Avenue, 25 Caroline Lane, 18 Mary Lou Drive. Whereas the high grass is a nuisance to neighbors and attracts rodents. Be it resolved, permission is granted for the Department of Public Works to mow the above-named streets that are not mowed by the due date on the order to remedy for the 2025 year. The cost of said mowings will be attached to the village tax bill for that property.
I second the motion.
Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Morowski.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson. That's carried.
Resolution number 4, permission for the advertising of bids by the village administrator.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. The administrator is authorized to advertise for bids for Village of Depew, Cheektowaga Sidewalk 2025 project, with the bid opening to be held on Wednesday, August 22nd, 2025 at 10 a.m. in the council chambers, 85 Manitow Street, Depew, New York, 14043.
I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Resolution number 5, appoint a part-time court officer pursuant to Section 4-400 of Village Law. I, Mayor Kevin Peterson, do hereby appoint Joshua Spalding to the position of part-time court officer effective July 30th, 2025. The salary be as stated in the budget. Need a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Morowski.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That's carried.
Resolution number 6, award the bid for sidewalk bid Lancaster section.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Be it resolved that upon the recommendations of the village engineer, the bid for the sidewalk bid from the bid opening July 23rd, 2025, in the bid amount of $80,450 be awarded to Millennium Construction, 8320 Quarry Road, Niagara Falls, New York, 14301.
I second the motion.
Need a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Morowski.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson. That's carried.
Resolution number 7, permission for one of our officers to attend a SWAT operator course.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following resolution, move for its adoption. Be it resolved, permission is hereby granted to Officer Hanley to attend the basic SWAT operator course on August 4th through the 8th, 11th through the 15th, 18th to the 22nd, 25th through the 29th, 2025 at the State Preparedness Training Center, 5900 Airport Road, Oriskany, New York. Use of the village vehicle is approved.
I second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion is carried. Resolution number 8, permission to sign Phase 9 cap.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Be it resolved, the Village of Depew Mayor Kevin J. Peterson is authorized to sign proposal for professional engineering services sanitary sewer improvement project, Phase 9 cap.
I second the motion.
Need a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Morowski.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
Number 9 on our agenda is employment applications were received by the following for DPW: Parker Lance, Joseph Aquino, Michael Alberti, Michael Nowak, Jaden Schaefer, Justin Reeder, Nicholas Numeraki, Alexander Joust, Matthew McCanan, and Zachary Boldman. And for our court, John Deck. Department head reports for tonight was police, the June 2025 report.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption to accept the department head reports for the police for June 2025.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. There's no unfinished or other business tonight, and before we get to public concerns and comments, we'll go around the room to our departments. We'll start to my right with our building department, Kate and Don.
We have a couple new businesses that have applied. We're getting Planet Fitness where the old Big Lots was. It's really nice to use that building again. Catholic Healthcare is put in for a new infusion clinic at 6350 Transit, which is Western New York Dental Building at the top of the hill on the left, near the McDonald's. Susan's Hair Salon is where the old Handy Mandy was, on the Transit, 6061 Transit. And then phase 2 of the solar array, they've started their permit process to start clearing for phase 2.
Okay.
Anything, Kate? Nope. Other than that, same old, please call before you dig, make sure you get your proper permits. Keep your grass cut, slap your dog if it barks too much, yada, yada, yada.
Hey, yo,
That was a joke, by the way.
that was a joke.
And before you decide to open a business, come and see you, right?
Yeah.
100%.
There you go.
Yes. We've been getting a lot of that lately, people opening up businesses, and then we have to chase them down. Before you open up any business, you have to see us first, and we'll walk you through the process and help you out.
Might even save you some money without buying stuff that you don't need.
100%.
Very good. We'll go to Chief of Police, James Mack.
Good evening. So for the month of June, we handled 1,778 complaints. 1,668 of those were criminal complaints. We had 3 stolen vehicles. We recovered 2 of them locally and 1 in the city of Buffalo. Total of 35 accidents, 4 more injury accidents, no fails. 2 pedestrian, and 2 bicycle accidents. Those. We arrested 34 adults. 22 of them were male, and 1 juvenile arrest. And we issued 361 summonses for the month of June.
Wow. They were busy.
Yeah.
On the other side, we'll go to the Fire Chief, Brian Muslin.
Good evening, everyone. Since our last board meeting, we've had 13 calls, which brings us to 221 year-to-date. I just want to remind everybody that National Night Out is coming up next week, Tuesday, August 5th. It's at our Fireman's Park. It's a family-friendly event. We'll have a lot of demonstrations out there between the police department and the fire department. A lot of resources are being brought in for that, and it should be it's a free event, and it's also, like I said, family-friendly event. So please come down and see us and have a good time with the family. All right, so just a reminder for people that have basements and I get it, families get big and stuff like that. You put a bedroom down in the basement. You can't put a bedroom down in the basement without having a second way of egress. If there was ever a fire and you were cut off from getting up those basement stairs, there has to be a second way of egress. You got to put in an approved egress window in order to have anybody be sleeping or living down in the basement. 2 ways of egress. It's very important, and not only just for fires, but also for CO and stuff as well, because you get a basement, your furnace, all your gas appliances are down there, hot water tanks, stuff like that. So it's just important that you're aware of that. A lot of people don't think about that until after the fact, but we run into it more and more nowadays with bigger families and people living together and stuff like that. The other thing is make sure that all exits and entrances are not blocked by any kind of clutter or any kind of debris or anything like that. If you need to get out in an emergency and you can't see because it's dark or the smoke is, or the house or building's filled up with smoke, you're not gonna be able to get out and find those exits to get out safely. Plus, for us to get in there and come in and get you out, it's gonna be the delay to get that stuff out of our ways. And last but not least, recommended that you sleep with your doors closed on your bedrooms. That way, if you ever do have any kind of a fire inside your house, that'll actually stop the flow path, and it should give you enough time to either get out a window to the outside, or for us to get to you, to get you out safely. So, thank you, and be safe out there.
Okay, we'll go to Rec Director Kevin Ferguson.
We got everything coming to an end this week. You got kickball, we have softball. I have a floor hockey ending tomorrow night. The pool obviously has been very, very busy. Even the baby pool, been averaging about 20 kids a day. So, I mean, we'd average 50 to 70 kids a day, so it's been very, very crowded. Everybody's been behaving pretty well. Not at the beginning of the year, but now they have been, which is kind of good, but it's all worked out. Every day I call, they all say no issues, everything's going well, so knock on wood.
Okay. Ken Pick from DPW.
Good evening. We should be completing our second round of paving, hopefully by the end of the week, if not the beginning of next week, and then we're going to move on to some village lots that need some attention.
All right. Attorney Sam Alba.
Was that Brian's bits before?
That was Brian's
Yeah,
bits,
okay.
yeah.
That's going to be in addition to the song?
Well, apparently, we're not using any signage anymore,
Yeah,
No, not today.
got locked up.
Can he sing it?
He can next week.
I don't,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what the public's gonna want.
I'll get a contract ready.
They do want.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
Encourage us.
Oh, boy.
So in my department has had a lot of transactional work recently, different contracts for the village, and not too much litigation, which is a break from the usual. As always, send me your contracts to review and approve. If I forget, remind me. I had asked if I owed anyone anything at the meeting, and other than Regina, no one suggested I owed them anything, so.
They're being too kind.
Oh no, what do I owe you? I'll get the laptop right now. What do we gotta do?
No, we'll be meeting tomorrow.
I can't wait. That's the transactional work I was talking about. That's my report. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Administrator Regina.
Just wanted to thank everybody for their help with Founder's Day. It was another successful event. We couldn't do it without the cooperation of all of our departments together. A lot of good community feedback about the event, and it was a really good time. Also, our last movie night is this upcoming Thursday with
Wednesday.
Despicable Me 4.
Wednesday, right?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I'm thinking ahead. Concerts, we only have 3 more left. Lots of food trucks this week, so come hungry, because we've got like 7 different food options this week. And we are working on our new website. We just got the mock-up for the new homepage, and it looks really good.
Good. Trustee Z, what do you got for us?
The village is in the process of scheduling our annual electric waste drop-off event. It will be held here again at Village Hall. It'll be a Saturday in September. As soon as I have the date locked down and details, I'll communicate them. But it's a free event for the village and for the Lancaster, town of Lancaster. That's it.
Trustee Morosky?
Just backing her up, but thanks for everybody coming out for Founder's Day and all the help, and it was a success, so thank you.
On the other side, Trustee Kraft.
The Eat Local passport stamp project ends on Friday. The next week, I'll be in the process of gathering all the certificates for the winner. So I got a lot of good feedback, learned some few things. We'll see if we bring it back next year. Again, echoing about Founder's Day, that was very, very appreciated. The parks staff that did come help at the Kids Zone. I appreciate them very much. Very, very busy Friday and Saturday, so thank you everybody for coming out. It was fun.
Okay, Deputy Mayor Adolph?
Two things to put out there into the universe. If anyone wants to reach out, we're going to be trying to have a tree board meeting, hopefully August 5th at 6 p.m. here at Village Hall. If anyone's interested, my email address, if you want to reach out, is aadolf@villageofdepew.org. And then also, if you want to reach out, and I will be putting these things through the community online, we're going to be trying to do the banner program for veterans and displaying their photos. If you have a veteran that you know from the village of Depew, we need three things. We need a high resolution photo. We need a signature signing off for the photo from the person or the family. And then, yeah, that's basically it. Your consent on us using the photo for the banner. And so more of that to come out there. So please stay posted or follow up with me directly via email. Thank you.
So we've always looked at the banner program over the last couple of years. Andrew was with me at a meeting with NICOM, and there was a company called CGI, that did all the back-end work for the village as far as finding the sponsors, businesses, and putting up a minimum of 30 of these banners. We have 36 poles right now. So we discussed with if we're going to do the veterans thing, we may have more than 36 veterans. So it's going to be a first come till we get to 36. Otherwise, we'd have to get permission to use the poles from NICEAG as an example. So that'll be stated when you do that, I'm sure. So I'll just offer my 2 cents with the Founders Day. Sometimes we're our own harshest critic when it comes to the event. We've taken on a lot over the years with the concerts. Has grown from used to only be one in 2015 to 8 now. And Founders Day was nothing like what it is today. Then last year we decided to work with Green Acres and do the movie night so that they could safely show their movies at the pavilion. And there's like 250 people there maybe last week, Wednesday. So that's been a part of it. We're on the downside now of the concerts. We have 3 left, as Regina said, 1 more movie. So it's a very concentrated 2 months worth of work. And I know that Regina and Bob, they were without a doubt, right there doing an awful lot. Janelle, I can't thank you enough for you, your husband, and the volunteers that we had, including auxiliary members of the fire department, plus some rec kids that were out there, some kids that needed volunteer community hours as well. It seemed every time I took a look over on Friday and Saturday, there was a lot of activity going on there. So we've really tried hard to make it a family-friendly event. Not everybody's always happy with the decisions that are made to try and make it that. An example is the Thursday night thing that we opened the beer tent to a select area, and the other area was no coolers. And not everybody's going to agree with the way we run it, but we try and make it as safe as possible for the kids. And especially the next night when the beer tent area was expanded, definitely shouldn't be any kids in there, and there was no coolers in there because that's how we pay for the whole thing with the bands. I mean, if we don't sell enough booze, enough beer in the beer tent, we can't afford to bring in, bands that cost in excess of $3,000. So I can tell you from the very first 2 Founders Days in 2017 and 2018, we had bands that drew maybe 25 people. So it's a big difference from then. But it's a lot of work. I appreciate everybody's help. We talked about it in the pre-board meeting. DPW guys are tremendous. Village of Lancaster's DPW comes over to help set up the stage, bring over the pub tables. So, Mayor Schroeder and his team and Superintendent Cisco and their guys have been tremendous. Rec, You know, we put an awful lot on your plate with all of these things because they really all fall under Department of Parks and Recreation. I know we're asking them to do things that they've never had to do in the past. So for your long-term employees that work over there, geez, we never had to do all this. You know, moving picnic tables here and moving them back to the other place, moving stages, moving trashes and whatever. So, you know, greatly appreciate all that. Fire department, you know, I reached out to you guys when we did the first Founder's Day, the real first Founder's Day in 2019 with the big bands and so forth. You guys stepped forward, did your tips training, were able to man the beer tent. That's, you know, it's now it's 2.5 days of pretty intensive work. PD was mentioned at the pre-board meeting. They've really stepped it up. They're out there with their PD tent, along with Fire's PD tent, and the Village's tent. It's nice to see the officers out there engaging with the public and being available for any, you know, interaction with the young kids. I know that Lieutenant Menard has been a big proponent of getting that together with what you got, like stickers for the badges and all that other stuff. So, plus you did your cops and cones thing a week ago at the ice cream shop. So it's nice to see them getting out into the public, and I know you're a big part of that, Chief. So I appreciate that. And all the help that we had, you know, wives and girlfriends and boyfriends and so forth. So it's been a great thing. So I'll end just on this one sort of down note. I'll try and wrap it up before we go to public comment. We talked about it in the pre-board meeting. I've had it up to here with the shenanigans in our parks, in our buildings, you know, the total disrespect for the property. Whether it's the $1.8 million that we spent in the pavilion, with fireworks being blasted off in the bathrooms, writing on the walls, flooding of the floors in the bathroom. Ripping the other day, it was soap dispensers or whatever that was taken off. Then the issues with the basketball hoops that we spent, you know, I don't know, 50 grand or something to update. People are using them. I appreciate them using them. I think it's pretty cool that people come and, you know, take it full advantage of it, but please don't disrespect it. Don't put bicycles in the hoops. Don't break the crank mechanisms that operate the basketball hoops. Okay, we do have cameras out at the pavilion, and, well, you know, maybe we need some more. I can't ask PD to be out there 24/7 at places like that. Damage to our all-inclusive park earlier this year, breaking of one of the picnic tables and then trying to dismantle one of the others. That was almost $200,000 worth of investment there. The abuse to the fitness court, which is $230,000 from various sources. The village only paid $5,000 for that, but there's a lot of money in that. And it needs to be properly used. People over 14, not the youngsters, not using it as a slide. I could go on and on about some of these things, but it starts at the home, and I'm not trying to judge anybody, but it really, you gotta think about where the kids are and what they're doing. And we can't keep investing in improvements to the village, which this village hadn't done a lot of improvements to Fireman's Park. I mean, you knew it, you've worked here before. I mean, we've done so much there, building of backstops and dugouts and fitness courts and pickleball courts, and there's more money to be spent, but I don't want to spend the money if it's just going to get abused. So, you know, take some responsibility, know where your kids are at. There's not much our police can really do other than to bring them home and hand them to you, the parents, and remind them that they you know, they just can't abuse village property. It's just not right. I hope that the majority of the people that maybe play this back, because what do we have? Anybody on here?
Maybe 2 people.
2 people. We have 2 people. We have 2 people in the audience, and all of you have now listened to me talk about this twice. Maybe somebody will watch it later on, but the word's got to get out. Maybe the Bee will pick up the story. But I've had it up to here, and I've issued a challenge. We got to come up with a solution that works for everybody on the board so that we can sort of nip this in the bud. And it's not just Village of Depew, Town of Lancaster. When I go to work down in the city every day, they're spending millions on the facility where the old rock pile was. Brand-new softball diamond, splash pad, playgrounds, brand-new turf on the football field. Boy, all of that stuff costs money. I don't know, I just hope everybody, doesn't matter where you live, because it seems to be widespread, but just, don't abuse what we have. I'll shut up at that. I'll open it up for any public comments. You two have been patiently waiting. If you want to come up to the microphone, just state your name and address, and we'll do our best to answer your questions or concerns.
Since we're allowed to address the board in writing, we have visual aids.
Okay,
Thank you.
handouts, love the handouts.
Thank you.
Know what's going on.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
We can share.
Thank you.
We're friends, we can share.
Familiar with this property, Don?
Yes,
Okay.
me and Brian have been working on this.
We'd love to hear from you.
Oh, is this is Brian? Is this the one?
Yeah.
Okay. You have the floor.
Thank you. My name is Alyssa Arlova. The address is 165 Warsaw Street, Unit 271, Depew, New York 14043. I represent a company, Dash Rentals, House Condo Land, LLC, which I'm the owner and operator of. So, in the package that you received, you see the pictures and summary of the condition of the property, which is incredibly dangerous and incredibly unsafe. I would like to petition and perhaps hope and implore the board to speed up the process for the demolition of this property. Mr. Musiliak and Mr. Belfeld and Kate.
If
Sorry,
anybody was going to get it right, I thought it would be.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Were extremely, extremely helpful in the process of streamlining, at least initiating the violation letters, and Mr. Musiliak posted in your packet, you will see the keep out and the letter that's,
This is closer to Panora, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
this is a third building from the corner of Penora on Main Street.
Yeah.
I do own 49 Main Street and a couple dozen properties on Main Street and adjacent streets. So this property, 47 Main Street, directly affects my property, which is to the left of 47 Main Street. Mr. Alba was
When you're looking at the building, right?
correct. So when you're looking at the building, my property is to the left, and this hazard is to the right.
Yeah.
Mr. Alba was previously very helpful in the helping, allowing me to build a deck, and Mr. Belfeld and Kate are assisted, and we have successfully completed. The permit, I believe, been closed. Everything's been built, but I would like to bring attention to the 47 Main Street. So Mr. Musiliak, on October 28th, red taped the building. There are numerous violations that were existing on October 28th. The pictures that you see were taken this morning. So I would like to go through the pictures very
Sure.
quickly so we can all see how the current owner or current group of owners, I still don't understand whether it's one or two or however many, but on this picture, you see the windows. And all of these concerns, I'm very grateful to Mr. Belfeld, Kate, and Mr. Musiliak. They addressed them. What I'm hoping is to speed up the process and knock this monstrosity down. So if you look at the windows on this building, this is not Photoshop. When you see them going as a zigzag, is because the property is structurally unsound. The sill and any support in the basement are rotted and deteriorated, which was outlined in Mr. Musiliak's letter dated October 28th. They already existed. In the following picture, I know 100% that Mr. Musiliak requested the current owner to board up the broken window. And how the broken window happened, initially it cracked, and under the weight of the structure pushing down on the building, it's popped. There were glass all over the place. I have tenants in my property. It's becoming hazard and life dangerous. So this is the picture that you see. It has not been addressed. They completely ignore both inspectors and Kate, and absolutely refuse to do any kind of preventative measures. And I have children in the building, in my property. Now, in the next picture, you see
This is on that, this single one is also on that first page, right?
Correct. So you see this picture. In this picture, if you look very closely on siding, you see that the whole window is crooked
Yeah.
and it's concave. And if you look on the bottom, you see the foundation is rotted. On the following picture, you see the picture of the foundation. So the foundation is gone, and I had numerous conversations with Mr. Belfeld, who confirmed that the structure is compromised. The supports, everything is rotted, and realistically, it needs to be demolished. So you will see that. On top of it, there are, I've been trying to fill it in with rocks, and I have bait stations, but there is severe concern with rats and raccoons. In the following pictures, you will actually see that there are access to the building, and I spared you the picture of poops all over the property. Okay? In this following picture, you will see that the corner of the building, this is the rear left corner of the building. The only thing that it seems that holding the building is the tree with the post. It is leaning so bad. If you take any page with a 90 degrees and go like this, you will see that the building is leaning so bad that it's about to fall. In the following picture, to prove my point, that it's literally falling. If you look at this, in this section between the windows,
Yep.
you see
Buckled.
it's bulging.
Yeah. Is
Forget-
that your property to the left in this picture?
Thank God, no.
No.
It's another property.
Yeah.
I'm to the right. So forget about the windows and paint peeling everywhere.
Yeah.
But you see right here in this corner, the whole window is separating from the structure. It's a hazard and a safety concern right here. So in the following picture, you will see that on this side of the building, the foundation is rotted and pretty much gone. So the window is conking so bad that you can easily see it right here in the corner. So we have only a couple more. In the following picture, you'll see how badly the building is conking between the windows. There is there are questions with foundations, there are questions with structure. Windows are popping already under its own weight. It's leaning to my side, unfortunately, and it's about to fall. I have kids in my property, and now it's affecting me financially because I was trying to rent out my apartment twice already, and 2 tenants came in and said, I am afraid to live here because the building is leaning. The windows are popping. So now it's affecting me financially. You'll see in the next picture, the structure is pulling to the right, to the back essentially, onto my property, that it's pulling from the ground. And there are rats and raccoons. Look at the sill, not the sill, the fascia. It's buckling under its weight. If, God forbid, there is fire, I would not want anyone from the fire department to enter. Or, God forbid, there is a vagrant or some kind of vandalism, I would not want anybody from the police department to enter, because I'm not so certain that it's safe to enter that structure at all with all these foundation. And so finally, as I started, the village has power to immediately cause the repair or demolition of such unsafe building. Mr. Misiliak was very attentive to this matter. He posted the letter on October 28th. I know he gave the owners deadline by January 1st to come up with engineer drawings to make the structure safe for repair. They failed to do that. Then he did additional 2 extensions. The last of them expired July 5th. They still failed to do so. And now they ordered a survey because they thought that the driveway, they somehow can share the driveway. That's why they did the survey. So they thought the driveway is partially theirs, which is mine, 100%. So now it's a delay, and this play games with extension tactics. And while Mr. Musiliak and Mr. Belfeld were very nice and humane and gave them an extra, distance, they're taking an arm and a leg and some more, and absolutely abusing the laws of this village, state of New York, endangering my tenants, me, and my employees. So I implore you to take matters in very attentively and demolish this monstrosity.
All right, 1 second. Are you all board members okay with extending the amount of time? Because
Yes.
nobody's fine.
Sure.
Okay. All right, so
For you.
I'm going to open it up to the 2 guys, or 3 people here that you've been talking about. But I'll say this, that we have not been shy about taking demolition orders out. We've done a number. We've taken down the one on Main Street, which was 73. I think it was 73 that way. It was next to 69.
73.
Right, and again, I was through there just yesterday, and looking at other spots, and we're doing one.
So we've tagged about 7 or 8 of them. 3 of them we put through for demolition. 2 of them have subsequently come forward with architects and engineers and pulled permits to repair and clean the property, so we halted that. 1 is in litigation in court right now, so we'll see how that one goes. They have 1 more month. And the one in question that you're talking about, we have given them several extensions. The people are out-of-towners. They've spent a fortune renovating the inside without fixing the outside. We stopped the work order, I told them what they were doing wrong. They begged us not to tear it down. We told them they needed an architect and engineer to go and take a look at it.
Which location, what is it?
This is the 47 one she's complaining about.
Right.
They bring a developer in at the last meeting we had, and he sat down with us and said he's going to go through the property and make a determination, which I believe was by the end of June, correct?
Yeah, that was, yeah, by July 5th, he said they'd have that to us.
So subsequently, we received an email a couple days ago with a fresh survey saying that the engineer requested it so that he could finish his plans for the rebuild of this property. Whether or not it can be accomplished or not will remain to see what happens with, what plans.
The owners of the people in Cheektowaga, that's on the top of this one letter?
No, they're not local.
Who's
So
Creative 786 Corporation?
So so the thing is, this is the actual owner. That's where like all the correspondence go and stuff like that. But the owner actually lives in New York City. That is his daughter and his son-in-law. That's who we've been dealing with, his daughter and his son-in-law.
And where are they?
They live locally. I don't know exactly where, but they live locally.
That's what this Cheektowaga address is?
That may be, that's where all the correspondence go to, yeah. And that's, but the actual owner himself is in New York City. They're representing him, basically, is what they're doing. So we did, I will say, we did start the process on the paperwork
Taxes are paid.
for the,
Yes.
for the demolition. And I did speak with Tony, who we've been dealing with since day one on this, which is the son-in-law of the owner. And said that, hey, we had to start the demolition process. We're starting the paperwork. Everything's going to get filed. We can't hold up anymore. Now, that is a lengthy process, of course. So I said, depending on, when everything goes through, if obviously you show up with the proper proof or plans or, design, plans from a design professional, and you're actually going to go forward with this, the process can be stopped up to a certain degree.
But how is this any different than the ones that we forced?
No difference. It's
Okay,
in the same position. We're going through with the demolition. It's been tagged already. The next step is the next board meeting. We will propose. We were supposed to do it for this board meeting, but as you know, I was out for some medical issues. Kate was then gone for a weekend vacation, so it got pushed back till next board meeting. We're going to propose the demolition of this building. And if they come forward anytime in the process with the funding and with the proper set of engineered drawings, then we would actually have to stop because they would be able to repair it at that point. My guess personally is it's not gonna happen, so it's more likely to come down, but I can't say that for sure.
Yeah, but there are lines in the sand that have been drawn. Have we exceeded that yet?
No.
Right? Did you say you needed to add,
Well, we did ask for to have that stuff by July 5th.
but that's
That's the
coming
third
up.
time.
Correct, correct.
The third time.
Yeah.
Correct. So that's why we started the process shortly after. Obviously, there's some unforeseen things that
So
happened.
when we do this at the next meeting, then when is it gonna be effective that,
So the next meeting, you get the report from me saying that this is the condition of the property, I think it needs to come down. From that point, we have Sam.
We
will
file the
for-
demo, we do a public hearing, 60 days or so, and then we have approval and we have to hire someone.
No, Well, we have,
Something like this affects property rights, so we have to give due process to the person who owns the property. They can be heard when it's something as serious as a demolition. However, there is an emergency demolition provision in our law, and a way you could trigger that is if a structural engineer offered the opinion that this building was about to collapse and posted an immediate threat. Usually that's reserved for when there's a fire that leaves a building a shell of itself and, the wind's gonna knock it over, or something like that. These pictures are concerning, but sometimes looks are deceiving. We need a report with the science. We need a structural engineer to say, this is as dangerous as it looks. We have a village engineer. I don't know if our contract provides for him to do any kind of structural engineer work. And typically, we wouldn't go out and hire a structural engineer to do an analysis like this. But we can do the standard demolition for they're not responding.
but that's just it, though, they are responding.
Right.
after,
for not
after Brian
performing.
told them we're not waiting any longer, we're moving forward, then we got the email. If their engineer looks at this and he deems it not
Depends the
worthy
kind of
repair.
engineer, but we need a structural engineer.
Well, I'm saying, but a lot of times
Right.
their engineer will tell them, this isn't, worth fixing, it's
Right,
too far
right.
gone. So if they're already paying an engineer, it shouldn't take them that long. According to the email we just received, right, said they should have it. You got, his team's working on it right now, and they
Yeah, they
should
didn't
have
give a date or not like that, which we're not, I told them, we're not giving no more extensions, but I did say that, here again, the process has started. You will have, obviously, it's gotta go through its
Yeah.
due process, and you will have an opportunity.
Yeah, when we do the 30-day open meetings law, if they have, everything in place to repair it by then, pull a permit, then we'd have to stop.
Right,
it.
the final say is with this board. We can serve a notice to demolish. They have a separate approval of that at the public hearing. And if they come in with an engineer who says, this building's not gonna come down, it's just ugly on the outside, everything's good, you're welcome to be heard there too. But we're probably not gonna vote to demolish it if it's not an unsafe structure that's about to collapse. There's professionals who opine on that, and we'd need one of those opinions.
So,
Whether it's
and
an-
part of the problem is, and I'll explain to you, me and Brian were in the building. I think you
I've
were in
been in
there
there.
also. There's a foundation under the front half, which is not bad. It's where the back half is a crawl space, and that's where you're seeing most of the buckling happening. The back half, they could actually tear the back half of the building off and repair the front half, and it would still be a perfectly good front half of the building. So that's why we have to give them the opportunity to make them, but as we discussed, we are going forward with the demolition. The next board meeting, they will vote on, just by your pictures here, they could already know how bad it is. We are voting to demolish the building, but by the open meetings law, if they come forward with everything, we would have to halt it and make a decision, based on,
Our next meeting is August 11th. At that day, we would have
formal thing from our department saying
it's going to be demolished.
we want to demolish it.
In what time frame?
Well, the timeframe, we still have to follow the
go
state
That's
law.
it, yeah. it's
30,
the
30,
first-
so we
Well-
got to do the public hearing then after that?
Yeah.
I'm trying to give her
course,
an
of
estimate
course.
of when we might see the end of the road here.
Thank
So,
you.
the big step is next meeting, we would have a resolution from Don that says this building should be demolished. A way to expedite that is if a structural engineer gives us an opinion that this is a dangerous structure, it's gonna come down any day now, then there's an immediate demolition, which in my tenure here, we've never used. That's for fires, buildings that need to come
We've
down.
done
on
that,
an
or
emergency
pure
basis.
Calumet was
Right.
done.
And that's by way of resolution, a
Right.
simple resolution.
Sam, do you know how much that would cost to have a structural engineer come in here and give us an opinion on it?
Thousands of dollars. They're professionals.
Is
but-
that-
I don't know.
Is that something, is that something the village can order without the, being denied by the owners of the property?
So I think from where we sit right here, we would need to do the standard demolition notice, put it on for
On
the
the
next
11th.
meeting, and, put something in there about concerns about structural integrity, which you may already have, I haven't looked at your notice. And at the public hearing, it would be incumbent on the property owner to show us a report that this thing isn't about to come down.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, it's the standard demolition procedure.
So if it was the 11th, that we put that order demo on there, and then we have to advertise for a hearing.
I have
He's
to-
got
I
to
have
serve
to-
a notice
Right.
first.
File and serve the notice, so.
Well, we still have to have the Joe Keefe do the search and survey to make
Yeah,
sure,
we
which we
can
could
do-
get him started on now,
We can do a title.
to make sure that we don't have, there's not another vested interest in it.
Yeah,
That's
Joe or
probably
Neil.
granted you last
We're-
time.
We're doing one on 51 Dean right now, so.
Okay,
So we've got to make sure. we
walk me
serve
through
all
the meetings. We
owners.
got one on August 11th, August 25th, and then if you're looking to September, it's September 8th. Those would be the next three meetings. So where do we?
It depends on the open meetings law timing, when I get to the clerk's office. So we could do, I have to double check the law. It's either going to be the first or the second meeting in September where we could have the public hearing, and then we can approve the demolition at that same meeting.
But I could have all the demolition order, I could have all the bids and everything by then also, so
Yeah,
once we have all that together, we could demolish it if they have not come forward properly.
we might just want to do a request for proposal for a demolition contractor and have someone on contract, because we seem to be doing a lot of these, so we don't have to bid it each time.
You've had some step up before. You guys should have a Rolodex of these.
Oh, yeah, no, I've got.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about just
So, all
having
right,
someone.
so if we're looking at 1, 2, 3, and the fourth meeting then from now is September 22nd, could we think that October?
That's not, that would be a fair assumption.
Is that, it's still 2 months from now, but
Yeah, I think
It's
it's
awful.
1 month to get it filed and served, 1 month to give them an opportunity to be heard. That's,
In the meantime, I can pull the bids and stuff.
you can pull the bids and you can lean on them. And you can let them know that, you know, the community's coming out and.
Brian's been very good. I've
about
listened to
this.
Brian talk to these people several times. He's told them how serious this is. and at what
you've
stage.
given reports on this, that
Yeah.
how you were working with.
Yeah, I mean, they're well aware of the
Yeah,
issue.
it sounds like
There's been
they-
there's been nothing hidden, nothing like that. They've been completely forward and honest with them. You try to work with people, obviously, and give them the benefit of the doubt, you know, and hopefully come to some kind of resolution. So far, we haven't been able to do that, and it's been a lot of,
For not complying?
Can we what?
Put them in court.
and it's been a lot of, up till now, it's been a lot of just them making verbal, basically stating what they, you know, promises verbally, but nothing's showing the hard proof like we had asked for them to move
That's
forward.
gotta stop now then, right?
Well, that's correct. I mean, that's,
Well, that's
and
what
I
I told
told
them, and
them,
that's why,
you know,
this is we
this is
would have
it.
had it on this resolution, but me
Yeah,
being out
you're-
because of that
Right.
sickness didn't help anything,
So
so.
we'll get it on for the 11th.
But
You'll work
couldn't
on
it
what you gotta
trigger
do
a
for the-
court date for not complying? You've given.
Well, we could put him in court for
Yeah.
that, but
Only if
the only thing that would
that's a
happen
loaded
is,
question.
the problem with that is it'll slow the process down. If we put him into court,
They're gonna give a time frame then.
yeah, then the
Yes.
judge will say, okay, I'll give you this much, and they could extend it all the
And
way
then
till
come
next
back in a
year.
month and then.
But they're already
yeah.
under,
All right.
we're already demolishing it. You're
All
not
right.
gonna get any more resolution out of it
So-
than demolishing the structure.
So can we leave here with this discussion, end this discussion with saying that 2 more months, that's August and September, that by October,
We will try our best, as long as nothing comes up with,
For them to stop it.
if they come up and say, hey, there's a $100,000 lien on this property and the bank owns it, now we have
Yeah.
to serve them also. That's,
Right,
that's the
it's-
problem we ran into, the liens from the IRS on,
Warsaw.
Warsaw. We had to stop everything until we got the clear to, you know, to let that happen. So it's not always as clear cut as you think. We try to move forward, but there's always obstacles sometimes that slow us down. You know, if they show up with, you know, here I got a loan for $150,000 and I got a design professional, we have to give them the opportunity to fix it. Now,
Which is fine, as
But-
long as something's getting done. But right now, they're completely disrespecting you and disregarding the law. That's the challenge.
Well,
so let's move forward that we're gonna
Okay.
wrap this up in 4 more meetings with the idea that October, we can do something. Either we get somebody that they're gonna actually do something with it and prove to you that they have the funds to do that. Did you not do that with the Bellevue, South Bellevue one?
yep, and that's why it's
We'll
coming.
get it done. We'll get it done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all right.
That one was done through the judge.
Can I have one more 30
Sure.
seconds?
Yeah.
I want to applaud Mr. Belfeld, who assisted me patiently with a lot of questions, and Kate, Mr. Masilik was not involved, on several improvements that I made at 23 Main Street, and 60 Main Street, and 49 Main Street, and cleaned up of 42 Main Street, and Suffield, and Muskingum. So I don't think that the building department is applauded enough, and I really wanted to underline that they, in severe contrast to the previous building inspector, they were absolutely wonderful, never raised their voice, never yelled at me once, and were absolutely wonderfully helpful.
That's without not wanting to.
That doesn't count.
No, you and your husband have been a pleasure to work with.
Absolutely.
We've got a lot of jobs that you always ask the right questions, you know, jump the gun, and we appreciate that. So,
Kind of hoping you're going to buy some more properties.
I'm trying. Yeah, I would have if the auctioneer didn't
She
screw up.
purchased 18 Main Street,
Yeah.
which is a good, solid bone structure building. It's just completely overgrown. but the county screwed up and they pulled it back from her. So
Not the
we're-
county, the attorney. I won the bid, I already paid all the money, to the attorney, well, I wrote the check to my attorney to give it to them. I had a title search, everything. And then when we're supposed to close on Tuesday, on Friday, the attorney who represented the county contacted me and said that we forgot to send one of the list pendants letters, so one of the notification letters. Mr. Alba can
That's right, you're doing good.
clarify. So they sent the letters apparently to somebody, to everybody but one individual or entity. And I propose that I already have the funds ready for you. Everything has already been paid. Let's put the notice out or send the letter. I'm going to wait whatever is required, whether it's 90 days or 180 days or whatever it is that you want. If they don't respond and you fulfill your legal obligation, I will proceed with my closing. They said no.
Okay, let's get something done, all right? Sound
Thank
good?
you. Yes, thank you, I appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Anything that came in during that time?
No.
All set, okay. Go to claims and accounts.
Talked about this in our song.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, the claims and accounts have been audited by the Finance Committee and approved for payment as follows.
From the general fund, $599,062.68. Community development, 0. Sewer fund, $2,943.80. Capital projects, $29,523.27, for a total of $631,529.75.
I second the
All
motion.
those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. And I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
I just wanted to ask that we adjourn in memory of my friend. I was at a funeral earlier today for my favorite professor from college, Lawrence Shine. He was an old Irishman, great teacher, just a magical and marvelous person. Church was filled with friends, old students, and people actually applauded at the end of the funeral. It was just that love. I've never seen that before. So, moment of silence for him, if you don't mind.
You had somebody else too?
Yeah, I have it.
Yep.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make a motion that we adjourn this evening's meeting at 8:21 PM with a moment of silence for the spouse, wife of David David Hoke, excuse me. He ran the Boys and Girls Club in the village of Depew, Lancaster for a number of years, and his wife Kathy passed away.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Meeting is adjourned at 18:18.